Okay, so today is very dark. I'm not feeling well. But I still wanted to do a video today. If you're new here, I am Diamond. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are returning and you're already a member of the Diamond Gang, thank you again so much for continuing to support my channel, my creativity. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Today I wanted to talk or share one of my many life experiences. And it's me burning something down, but it wasn't the house, you know. It was one room. The way I'll tell you later, but it was only one room and no one died. So, you know, didn't really happen. You know, it didn't really happen because no one died. 'Cause I'm a criminal. I mean, I was young, you know, amateur. Also, before I start, this setting was like 16-17 years ago. So no, my grandma's Nokia 3310 did not have a camera, okay? I only used to borrow it to play the snake game. All right. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a scientist. So I'd always mix like perfumes and lotions and soaps and stuff. I'd mix a lot of things together. I'd shred the soaps and I'd do a lot of stuff because I wanted to be a scientist. So I was inventing scented soaps and scented lotions and scented stuff, not knowing it was already invented. Okay, back then I didn't have a TV, I didn't have a lot of stuff. I only had books, and the books that I had were encyclopedias and, you know, dictionaries. So I read the dictionary. So no, I didn't have TV, and I didn't have, you know, all that fancy stuff to let me know that there's actually scented stuff already invented. But I was trying to, you know. Good on me for that one. So one thing I loved was fire. Still do. Because people tell me I'm going to hell and there's gonna be fire there. Anyways, so I loved fire. So the way how, because I'm Jamaican, saying it again for those in the back, I'm Jamaican, and the way how the houses were set up in that area, it was like, it was a 2-story house, and you would open the door and then the stairs would be on your right. So you'd go through the door and then you go up the stairs. Right where the stairs were, you'd have some parts of the stair, like the back part, you can actually put your foot through. So because I was small, I would like sit on the stairs and I'd look over into the kitchen where my grandma would be cooking or whatever she would be doing on the stove. So I used to sit down. That's where I used to eat my dinner. That's where I used to write, do my homework. I used to sit on the stairs. When I used to be religious as hell, I used to pray there. I used to just put my legs through and my legs would be hanging over the stairs, and I just, you know, watch her with the fire, and I just stare at the fire, and I just stare at the fire, and I just stare at the fire. So that was crazy, bro. Anyway, so my grandmother is a dressmaker, seamstress, whatever. She does wedding dresses, you know. Free promo. Come through, grandma. But yeah, she does a lot of different stuff. She's not the greatest person, human being, heart wise, but she can sew. Period. Anyways, so she is a dressmaker, and she makes, you know, a lot of different types of stuff. So people would constantly come to her knowing of her skill. She was also a hoarder. And she went from like the first stages of me living there when I was like 2 or 3, the first stage is she went from like the floor being actually clear and you can walk on the floor to bags of clothes and cloth and stuff, and everything was just on the floor. There wasn't an inch of space left where you can walk on the floor. As a kid, I would walk on bags of cloth. Sometimes it would be stuff that she started to like cut and do the patterns and stuff. And what else? She would put the pins, like, you know, when you like you're drawing the lines to, you know what I'm talking about. She would do the pins and stuff, and then she would put them back in the bags and put them on the floor wherever. So as a kid, I used to like walk and I just like step on a bag and then pins would like prick me in my foot, and it was crazy. Yeah. Now, as I said, I used to do a lot of reading. I used to do a lot of writing. I learned so much when I was younger. I don't remember half of that stuff, but I knew so much. Like, I knew every river in Jamaica, every mountain, every hill, every historical date, all the facts. I was just so on top of my game. I was good in math. I was good in English. I was good in every subject. I was just, as I said in a previous video, I was the nerd, weirdo, outcast kid who didn't have any parents but lived with random people and her grandma and was smart. Because my grandma taught me so much, like knowledge wise, she had a little blackboard, and the blackboard she used to like give me work on, and you know, I used to draw on it, and there was a little clock on the side, and I used to erase the clock and redraw the clock and learn the time and whatever. So one day I was home alone, which is never a good sign. Leaving someone home alone who likes fire. So I was home alone and I wanted to experiment because I'm a scientist. So I decided I'm gonna make a fire. Okay? Now, because of how the floor was, and it was just plastic everywhere and cloth everywhere and there was no floor, I decided, hey, since you want to light this piece of paper, why not put the blackboard on top of a bag and then light the paper on top of the blackboard? Blackboards are wood. I know that now. But let's just say it caught on fire. Let's just guess for a minute, for a second. It caught on fire. And in my, how old was I? Like 7? Whatever. In my brain, I was like, wow, I need to get water. And like how the room was, it was like you walked out of the room, the bathroom was right there, and then you'd go left down the stairs. Okay, so you go out the room, the bathroom is there, another room is there, and then you turn this way down the stairs. So I went this way down the stairs to the kitchen to get a cup of water, to go back upstairs to throw the water on the fire, past the bathroom. I don't know what I was thinking. I was scared, I was excited, I was like, fire, 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 fire. And I was freaking out and I was excited and I was like, yes, finally some progress with my scientific research. Well, I discovered fire, guys. Now you know. So ran past every water possible to go to the furthest water possible. And I came back up and I poured the water, and I don't know what I thought it was gonna do, but I poured the water on the blackboard, and you know, it didn't really work, okay, because the blackboard was already engulfed in flames, and it was already like melting some of the bags that she had the stuff in. It was already melting some of the stuff. I didn't know what to do. So me being a kid, me freaking out, I tried to flip the blackboard, and I burned a lot of extra stuff that didn't have to get burnt, but it actually did out the fire. It did out the fire. So I flipped the blackboard and I was like patting it on stuff, and I was like putting stuff on it, and a lot of stuff burnt. Okay, that room was burnt. It was a really small room, almost like about this size or smaller, and as I said, it was filled with plastic. I was just using some stuff, and I was just like patting the flames, trying to out the flames, and it was a lot of stuff. Now, because I know my grandma was a hoarder, I know she didn't clean as often as she should, and she didn't really check a lot of the stuff. So I just put the blackboard up, forgetting that she was gonna teach me again, and I just hit it. The top, where the top of the stairs is, there's like a little thing, and there's like a little storage area there in that little corner. I don't know if I could get a picture of how the houses in that community look to show you guys, but if I get one, I'll put it on the screen. So there was a little area there where there was a little storage area at the top of the stairs, I guess, whatever. And oh my god, I decided, because it was stuff she would never touch, I would turn the bags over, because the top of the bags are like burnt and stuff, and the clothes are burnt. I would turn the bags over so she'd only see the bottom part of the bags that didn't get burnt, and I would live to see another day. You know, I'd live to die another day. Anyway, I learned that day that fire needs oxygen, and apparently that room was very oxygenated. So definitely not my fault. It was the oxygen that was in the room. Because of that particular day, there was probably just too much oxygen in the room that day, which is why it caught on fire and everything was burning. Not my fault. So there's that. So I did, as I said, manage to save some stuff. But when she got home, she smelled the smoke. It was kind of thick in there with the air and stuff. She smelled the smoke. Okay, and she found the blackboard, and let's just say my ass was a blackboard when she was done with it, because she beat the hell out of me. And I didn't die, I guess, but you know, now I still want to experiment with fire. I do still love fire, but now I'm like an adult, so I'm not gonna burn anywhere down. But I do want to get wealthy, and you know, like how people have rooms where they just have like glass and you just go in there and just break it. I want to have a fire room where I just have fire everywhere. That'd be awesome. It would be awesome. It would be. Now, thank you guys so much for listening to my story until the end. I do appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed, please tell me in the comments what is your favorite part of the story. What, you know, story you want me to tell next, or what? How y'all gonna know what story I got? Scratch that. Let me know, you know, what video you want to see next. If you want to see something specific from me, or you want me to do like a skit or something. I have a lot in the works, so don't even worry about it. If you can't think of nothing, don't even worry about it. I got them coming. But yeah, still let me know if you want to see anything specific from me. What else? That's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. It really helps me. As I said, today I'm not feeling well mentally, but still here, you know, barely barely here, but still here, and still trying to be, you know, a creative person, a live creative person. So thank you guys deeply from the bottom of my placenta. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Get the bird in the head. Peace out. Hey, let go.